痛いよ、Nami。離してよ。
チャンネル登録してね。
Nami。
Card Kaizoku.
This video is brought to you by Nengarden. To celebrate their 1-year anniversary, they're thanking fans with a huge sale. Plus, you can use code CardKaizoku at checkout for an extra 5% off your order. This video is brought to you by Adakai TCG. Shop the latest in premium holographic textured custom One Piece cards. Designed for collectors, crafted to stand out. Use code CardKaizoku for 15% off your next order. This video is sponsored by gumgum.gg. See Western OP11 list and Eastern OP12 list on gumgum.gg. Updated daily. Be the first to see decks for new leaders as they emerge. With over 1000 deck lists per set, gumgum.gg has all the top strategies as soon as they drop. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. Alright, it's finally here. They dropped the ban list, the August 2025 ban list. This would be for the East, for OP13 onward. I don't know how it's gonna affect the West. I guess we'll just check what's on screen here. So I Google translated the Japanese site, so please excuse if some of the English here is not correct. So yeah, this is a letter from the One Piece card game development and management team. Okay, they're gonna explain some of the bans, it looks like. Let me just skip ahead. Okay, so why they are doing their bans and restrictions, we'll not read that. Okay, so effective date Saturday, August 30th, 2025. That is in 2 weeks. In Japan, at least, I guess there's no news on how it's going to affect the global version of the game. But let's look at what's below. I see right here, Forbidden Pair, so they're adding something new. I'm guessing this is going to be like you can't run certain leaders and some characters together, right? That's or maybe even character cards together. So like no Sanji into like 9-cost mom or something like that. Oh, okay. Eligible cards, including parallel cards. Wait, card A and card B cannot be used at the same time. Okay, so it's targeting the leader. This is OP11, Blue Purple Luffy. And then the cards that you cannot run in the deck are Katakuri and Lin. Whoa! Okay, so I did not foresee them doing this at all. So yeah, if you're running Blue Purple Luffy, you cannot run 8-cost Katakuri or 9-cost Mom in your deck. So Blue Purple Luffy is not banned. Still a legal leader, right? It's just that you can't run 2 of his strongest cards in the form of Lin and Katakuri. Now this is actually probably like the best solution, right? If you go back to my like ban list speculation video, I was saying that these cards are only broken in Blue Purple Luffy, right? They don't make any other purple deck really busted. We don't see Purple Luffy in the top echelons of the meta anymore, even though he can run both of these cards. No other purple decks besides like the Purple Katakuri really utilizes them, and then Purple Katakuri is like even lower than Purple Luffy in meta viability. So I didn't find a need to ban the leader because of that, and also just inherently I don't like leader bans to begin with. That's my own bias, I admit. So I thought potentially getting rid of the card would be like less impactful, but this is like the best of both worlds, right? Neither the card or the leader are banned, you just can't use them together. This is like, I think, the perfect solution. Blue Purple Luffy players who invested in the deck can still play it. The off-meta Purple Katakuri players can still play 8-cost Katakuri and 9-cost Big Mom. Oh, what's this alt art version? Whoa, how do I get this? Okay, but yeah, this is going to shake up the meta by a lot, actually. Right? I think 9-mom was like such a big tool for this guy to stay as healthy as he was. I think without this, it does significantly hit the deck. Now, there's like this freaking Roger card coming out. This one here, right? I wonder if this is going to be run in Blue Purple Luffy now instead. But yeah, back to the rest of the ban. Oh, let's see why they decided to do it. It's probably exactly what we just explained. It's designed to be a powerful deck in the early game. Instead of focusing on increasing the number of cards, it has large openings in the early and mid game, which were expected to be its weak spots. Yeah, just being able to ramp, and then once you get to your late game, like there's no weakness to the deck, right? You're supposed to be able to die being a 3-life leader, but the fact that you can play that 9-mom or the blocker Katakuri, it makes you like healthy, right? It gives you life back. You don't have a weakness. Yeah, however, by using these cards in combination, it is possible to close the weakness in the mid-game, and it has extremely high defensive power, maintaining a high win rate and usage rate. Yep. This combination limits the number of decks that can deal with it, and we have determined to take away the diversity of various fighting styles. We have determined that it takes away the diversity of various fighting styles, so we have designed a combination as a banned pair. Yeah, so like only Bello Betty was able to handle this guy, or to expose his like intended weakness. Oh, because we have outright banned cards. Nami got banned, the leader. Nami the leader is banned, so yeah. People were kind of suspecting this was coming just because they printed that new Otama in OP13. This one here. This inclusion in the deck gave it too many sources of like mill. 2 cards, right? It's something you can bounce back to your hand. It's a 2k counter, it's a 1 cost, so that this would have really broken the game if this was legal to use with Nami, but looks like Nami is outright banned. Let's see, as the series progressed, the power of OP03 Nami, herein referred to as this deck, became stronger than initially anticipated. The deck's unique strategy deviated from the gameplay we wanted to provide. Furthermore, the existence of this deck significantly limits the expansion of blue cards with the effects of drawing a card. Yeah, it makes perfect sense to me, especially that Otama, you know. They'd have to like leader lock everything, and I don't think they want to do that. And we have determined that this deck significantly reduces the diversity of leaders. For this reason, this card will be banned. Due to the banning of OP03 Nami, a leader card with new text. Oh, they're giving an errata of Nami? Yeah, actually, they've never banned a leader without giving us an errata version. So I wonder if it's somewhere. Yeah, I found it. They posted it. What does she do? Okay, from my rough understanding of Japanese, I think she's exactly the same as the old Nami, but she can only run East blue cards, right? East to Buru. Yeah. Huh, that significantly nerfs Nami, right? She can't use stuff like... Wait, she loses a lot, right? What is Giant Gavel? Is that East blue? Oh, this one is still a viable option, but all the snakes are gone, right? White snake, snake dance, neither of these can be used. That means, oh, Kaya is still an option, right? So they have Kaya, but they can't run the Otama now, right? Otama is Wano. It's Mellow Beam, East blue. It's not, so they lose access to this. How about Rubber Band? Okay, they can use Rubber Band. Oh, Impel Down All Stars is not, right? It shan't be. Yeah. So this is actually a big hit to Nami. She can't run Marco either. This new blocker Marco or any of the Kuja stuff, right? Was there an Gloriosa or something? No Gloriosa and no what was that Archer girl's name? She's not a Kuja pirate? I thought she was. Marguerite? Amazon Lily, okay. But yeah, not East Blue. Huh. So Nami needs a whole new package of support to build back up again. I feel like she will get there eventually, but they can control it a lot more now, right? The East Blue archetype isn't as saturated, especially in blue. So I think this is probably the best way to balance it. I think Nami is dead right now, but I like the way they handled it. Like, it's just restriction based on the type of the cards. They just have to print the cards and then she'll be back to like usable state, right? They left room for it to fix itself. Meanwhile, with like the Sakazuki and Law, those two decks are, the errata leaders are like impossible to make good again. This Nami is just a matter of support, which I really do like. This is the first errata leader that I liked. Okay, what else they got? Oh, they're lifting a ban? Okay, so Sakazuki's back. Oh my god. OP05 Sakazuki unbanned. Oh, what's the reasoning for it? This card will be removed from the ban list and has been determined that it does not undermine the diversity of leaders in the current environment. That's power creep for you. The game has gotten so power crept that Sakazuki is probably not even too broken anymore. We'll have to see, right? There's been no good blue and black leader that dealt with removal, right? We had Usopp, but Usopp was more about like the Rebecca plays. Sakazuki would be the first deck in a while, blue-black, that is removal heavy with access to bottom deck and stuff too. So so the thing is, it's coming back into a meta with like cards like Crocodile and Mihawk that can just prevent any removal on board. Kobe the leader is a thing now too that can prevent removal, and not to mention like the entirety of the Emu deck cannot be removed, right? All these characters cannot get removed from the field. So yeah, I would be curious to see how Sakazuki does in this current meta. I even had like a video I did with Cross AI way back where we kind of explored that idea, but with OP13 there's like way more options. OP13 has been a power creep set, so yeah, I don't know if Sakazuki will stand the test of time. I don't know. Removal decks, removal players, control players will always find a way to persist, so I guess we'll see what they cook up. Oh, Cabaji's unbanned now too. Yeah, if you're limiting Nami to only East Blue type characters. Oh wait, this is not even an East Blue type card, right? Let me look up the English. Yeah, funnily enough, Nami can't run this card anyway, the errata Nami. It is a buggy pirate, so yeah, no reason to ban it if the Nami leader is gone. Yeah, with OP03 Nami now banned, we have determined this card impact of the current environment is low, and therefore we'll be removing it from the ban list. Okay, cool. That's it. Okay, so that's the ban announcements. No Gum Gum Giant. Gum Gum Giant has escaped the ban list here. To be honest, it was only really like a super big problem in Blue Purple Luffy just because you can search it, right? I mean, it's really good in Green Purple Luffy. It's good into Purple Luffy. It's good in... Well, that's about... Those are the only two Purple Luffy or Straw Hat leaders that use it really well. I guess Purple Black too. But yeah, this other than Green Purple Luffy, neither of those decks are top meta. Now, does this mean that Green Purple Luffy might be the BDIF? Right? It got PRB02 buffs. It's still a good deck. It keeps Gum Gum Giant. Neither of these two restrictions here have affected Green Purple Luffy. Could just be green purple Luffy if he can deal with Zoro somehow, right? But dang, I don't know if this deck is dead. I doubt it's dead, right? This type of deck where you can just draw additional cards in the late game, it just has to find a different package, right? Roger was an option, make him an 8k base, or maybe he goes more aggressive and plays that Snake Man Luffy with Rush too. That's also an option. But yeah, just curious to see how the meta is going to develop now. And no news on how this is going to affect the Western meta, or when we're going to get these bans. We could get it for OP12, or it could happen at the same time as OP13. Going by the last set of bans, they enacted it early for us by one whole set. So it could happen again. There's precedent now, right? We can't say that it's never going to happen. If we had OP12 without Blue Purple Luffy, it's probably going to be like green purple and Zoro dominated. Rayleigh actually loses one of his bad matchups, so maybe Rayleigh is going to be like the deck to beat, and then in response to that, Buggy's going to rise up just because Shoe Buggy counters him. Yeah, the possibilities are endless. But yeah, now that this floodgate has opened, right, these forbidden pairs is a thing now. I can't wait to see how they fix the game in the future. I think this is actually one of the most elegant solutions, right? I never really liked banning outright leaders, and I guess that the Nami ban here is kind of technically like forbidden pairs, except that the forbidden pair is Nami and any non-East Blue type card, right? If you think about it that way, they just didn't want to make an entire list and keep updating it with the entirety of all blue cards that aren't East Blue, so it's easier just to errata the Nami. But yeah, I'm liking this direction. I feel like it was really nuanced. I feel like it gave everyone what they wanted. So that's gonna be it. That's the ban list, restriction list. Again, hitting Japan on August 30th, and then I guess I'll leave a pinned comment below if they ever announce any news about it hitting us in the West, or how it's gonna hit us in the West. Hey, good job, Bandai. Bye.
Card D Kaizoku.